Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Erica J with the Glam Life Experience, bringing you part 2 of being single and saved. Our beautiful friend Aeriel Matthews continues to tell us her story of discovering how to be content in your singleness. If you're new to my channel, come on and join the Glam Life family by clicking subscribe, sharing with your friends, and liking this video. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be one of the first to know when I upload a new video. To all my returning family, thanks for your continued support. Comment below letting me know how you have navigated being single and a follower of Christ. Without further prolonging the time, here is part 2 of being single and saved. Enjoy. Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yeah. Grace, love, and mercy, get you some.
That's
Even
good.
when you go to the store, some people will intentionally buy broken items, damaged items to get a cheaper price. But the
Mm-hmm.
reason why the price is cheaper, yes, it's broken, but it also eliminates the need for immediate use. I can't
Mm-hmm.
use you immediately damaged. So I got to get you at a cheaper price. And it's like we do that to ourselves. We're jumping to relationship after relationship, damaged, broken, don't want to
Girl,
be healed, not trying to be healed, but we always trying to heal somebody else.
that's
And
it,
you
girl.
just
Oh,
as
girl, you
jagged,
preaching.
you just as broke down as me. How are we gonna help each other?
That's it. That is it.
But
That's
just
it.
knowing that wholeness can help grow wholeness, at least in an area. And wholeness, well, I will say, does not equal perfection. Please don't think that's what I'm saying. Wholeness does not equal perfection. um, Wholeness is being willing to open up those areas to God and letting Him come in and do the work. And
That's it.
we'll sit up all day and worship and get caught up and say, "Well, Lord, I invite you in my life, Shondo. Please come in and fix me, Lord." And then when He starts the fixing, we shut Him down.
Mm-hmm.
We will stop God so fast that we would then blame Him. Like, "Oh, I thought you said you were
Mm-hmm.
going to fix. What happened? You were going to heal me." It's like, well, you didn't want me to bring up, the fact that your father has been missing out of your life. You don't want me to bring that up. So you decide to distract yourself with partying, with drinking.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get into that a little ahead of myself.
Well,
But
you preaching, baby.
one
Ooh.
thing I want people to realize, especially when I was teaching my teenagers, because when I tell you, teenagers hop from relationship to relationship. They don't like him because she dated him, and that's my sister, that's my cousin. It was enough. But I realized they really thought that that other person could complete them. They
Mm-hmm.
truly thought that. Like, oh, this person has something that I need. This person that has something that complements me. And it took a lot of work to highlight to them, you already have what you need. God didn't create you incomplete. He created
Mm-hmm.
you with a dependency on Him. Now, if you decide to substitute Him for that little raggedy boy over there, that's on
That's
you.
right. That's it.
But you have what you need to fulfill your assignment. Single, married, single mothers, single fathers, I don't care what it is. You are
Mm-hmm.
designed and He already equipped to do your assignment. Now,
That's right.
I'm going to jump to 1 Corinthians 7. And back in the day when I was studying this was really the only passage that I could find that directly talks to singles.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from Paul. He's talking to the Corinthians. Let me see here. Now this is verses 32 through 35, and I'm gonna read it for y'all. Paul says, "I want you to be free from the concerns of this life. An unmarried man can spend his time doing the Lord's work and thinking how to please Him. But a married man has to think about his earthly responsibilities and how to please his wife. His interests are divided. In the same way, a woman is no longer married or has never been married can be devoted to the Lord and wholly in body and in spirit. but a married woman has to think about her earthly responsibilities and how to please her husband. I am saying this. I'm saying this for your benefit, not to place restrictions on you, but I want you to do whatever will help you best serve the Lord with as few distractions as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I am reading from the NLT. That's why it's a little off. But the goal here in singleness is learning how to live undistracted.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least for me, that's been my testimony. Learning how to live undistracted. And I say that because you don't know, like I said earlier, you don't know if you're going to be married. You don't know if it's in God's will for you to meet someone and to help someone with a combined purpose for the
Mm-hmm.
edification of God. So right now in your singleness, honor God with that. So you might
Mm-hmm.
as well just get comfortable. And I mean, really, you might just go ahead and get comfortable
That's it.
and deal with that. Let's see. Now, the whole point of distractions. I think I could talk for days about distractions because Lord knows I am good at distracting myself from my own hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
I think all
And I will say in quarantine, well, I've had to work this entire time. Work ain't let up for me. But being in quarantine and a lot of singles having to be alone, it has been very sobering for a lot of people. And it has allowed them to feel what their own presence feels like in a room. And they don't like it. They do not like it and they're running from it and they're jumping. I've seen a few people, jumping from house to house to house to house as a distraction. Or you're binge
Mm-hmm.
watching Netflix. You're cooking, you got big, you gain a few pounds from distraction. And now you're distracting by trying to lose weight and about to kill yourself because you're not doing it in a healthy way. So
That's it.
distractions. You can die over a distraction.
That's it.
I have gotten in a wreck over a distraction, me and my phone in
Mm-hmm.
college. And I don't really think we talk about this enough. Like we say go to therapy and you should. Please go to therapy. I would say in the meantime, if you can't get to therapy, maybe get to your pastor, maybe get to a friend, maybe, someone that you can actually talk to. And if you can't talk to anybody, get a journal. I've had a
That's it.
journal since third grade.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes writing that down, writing whatever your distractions are down, and then reading it back, it can be alarming as to what you're deciding to give your attention to. And because Paul is preaching to us to be undistracted or to have as few distractions as possible to serve God, we owe it to ourselves to at least get this mess cleaned out. All this
Mm-hmm.
unresolved hurt, these old family feuds because Big Mama died and your aunt took something that she told you that you could have. All this
Mm-hmm.
unforgiveness, it is really killing us.
That's
It
it.
really is. And to be honest, the way I've seen my own life, I I didn't feel I had room for a husband. When I look back now, I had so many issues.
Mm-hmm.
Just telling my little personal testimony real quick. When I was 6, I was sexually abused.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was about 10 or 12. I was 6 and it went on for a couple of summers. So maybe about maybe 2 or 3 summers. Um, I didn't realize at the time what a stronghold that would create for me.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the midst of it, like I still remember going through it and calling myself sacrificing my body so he wouldn't molest my cousin and his half sister, and
Yeah.
trying to stand in the gap and everything. That I learned how to sacrifice myself and think that I'm doing my job. And I
Yeah.
carried that mentality throughout my adulthood, all
Yeah.
through college, all through high school. And I didn't realize I was distracting myself. Like, for me to save you, that is a goal. Okay, I gotta save you. I don't care what it is. Aeriel, I'm I can't sleep. Okay, let me come over. We gonna pray. It's gonna be okay. I'm always there to try to save everybody because of what I was groomed into doing in my younger years. But I didn't realize how much I needed me and I needed God. And because I knew God, I felt that I could bring God to someone else who didn't know him that well.
Yeah.
But what I was really doing was that I was acting in the place of God, and they couldn't see Jesus because I'm stretched out on the cross in the way.
Yeah.
And I would say that alone, dealing with that alone, has really, really challenged me. It has really challenged me. Along with being molested and introduced to sex, I was introduced to pornography, masturbation. I struggled with masturbation from the age of 6 up until like a few years ago. And I still struggle with pornography. I'd be like, okay, don't watch it. No. Like it's always a struggle. You have to stay on it every single day. Every single day. And the crazy thing about it is I confused sexual harassment for love and attention and affection. And if the guy, wasn't interested in me sexually, I thought he just wasn't interested in me at all. And that I was unattractive and maybe he wanted to use me for something else. The whole time I know Jesus, been knowing Jesus, been in church my whole entire life. But I couldn't connect the dots between perfect love and this perverted sense of love because of how you make my body feel. Ever since, and I don't mean to be crass. I really don't mean to be crass. But
you're fine.
I had when I was sick, I had my first orgasm. And that alone really fooled with my head because I'm thinking, do I like this? But this is wrong. But do I like this? But I don't think he's supposed to be doing this. And I would say the molestation piece, it also taught me that my fight wouldn't work. Those are probably the main 3 things. When I say my fight don't work, I say that because I will fight him. He's a big chunky boy. I will fight him. I will go toe to toe. And it wouldn't work. He would hold me down. He would just go the whole mile. And I'll just lay there like, huh, my fight don't work. My voice don't work. If I say something, he's going to hush it down. Anything I tried to do to escape the situation, it didn't work. So I got into this mentality of you just have to accept whatever comes. Whatever comes your way, just grin and bear it. Because I learned how to dissociate from reality from laying up there with this boy who was also molested as a child by somebody. Don't know who, but I've learned how to dissociate from reality. So now that whenever I'm uncomfortable, whenever I'm challenged, whenever I'm intimidated, I'm disassociating from reality, which leaves room for delusion and for the enemy to come in with confusion. It also leaves room for any boy off the street to come in. And if he gives me that same feeling that I had at 6 of having an orgasm, I'm confusing that for love. I'm confusing I'm confusing attention for love, and I'm confusing the time for love as well. Because all time spent is not time spent well. It's not.
Yeah.
And I've dated people with the same spirit as the guy who molested me over and over. I'm laying next to them in bed, and I wake up to them having sex with me. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Oh, you don't mean it. Oh, you want it. This, that, and the third. And in my head, I'm like, just grin and bear it because this is love. Because love is attention. Because love is time. This is not love. And the whole time, even when I was dissociating from reality, just from having another body with me, I didn't feel alone. I
Yeah.
didn't feel alone. And I could just look at him across the room playing the Xbox, and I could be distracted from all my demons.
Yeah.
But whenever I went back home, I would try to hurry up and go to sleep as fast as I could, or I would cook, or I would watch something. I was the queen of distraction. Okay.
This concludes part 2 of Being Single and Saved. Stay tuned for part 3. Love you all and be blessed.